STAKK Nation, welcome back to the channel.
Champions.
You know, sometimes when I think about taking a vacation, okay, some people think about taking a vacation by the beach.
Blue oceans. I was gonna say exactly that.
Right? You know what I mean? Probably see a picture of a margarita. Your smelly toes hanging out in the air.
Smelly toes. Dip that smelly toe in the ocean and you kill a couple of sharks.
Yeah, a couple sharks just fucking pass out. Just straight down. Because you stepped into that water. Brush your toes. Let them sun out every now and then. You don't have to wear shoe every day.
Yep.
Let your feet touch the earth. On the other hand, you can go to a vacation somewhere that many might not consider a vacation, in the desert.
Desert?
How do you think a vacation in the desert will look like, sir?
I cannot imagine it. It's gonna be hot as hell.
Well, it's definitely gonna be hot as hell. Hotter than the devil's den. But what if I told you that you can go to the desert and at the same time you'll be in the financial capital of the world?
And feel like you're in the ocean.
Yes.
In front of a blue ocean.
I mean, they have some fake islands in that place.
Amen.
The breeze can hit you. It's gonna be hot breeze.
Oh no, they're not to make it cool now.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well,
Power of technology.
you might be thinking, what are we talking about? It sounds like those are some people who are all about innovation and pushing the boundaries right now.
To the max.
Just like they're pushing the boundaries on this cryptocurrency situation. You see how we merged in there?
Yep.
I like that.
Push that like and subscribe if you're liking those jokes.
Yes, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button in there as well. Okay. It's absolutely incredible. You see, Dubai has been pushing. Obviously, we know that these people are turning away from oil and gas because some people are saying that there will be no more oil and gas. Everything is going to be electric. So Dubai says, hey, well, you know,
We'll take for you.
right? We'll take this oil and gas money and we're going to pivot hard as hell. And we're going to become everything that you thought you were. But we're just going to do it bigger than you.
10 times, 100x better than you.
When we look at innovation, a lot of it that has been flying, especially around the crypto space, a lot of it that has been leaving the US has been going to this place.
Yep.
We see that OKX has been granted conditional virtual asset service provider license in Dubai for exchange operations. Can you believe that? Does the US have any license that they can grant to virtual asset service providers? Do they even acknowledge that there's virtual asset service providers?
See the hell they're taking Coinbase through.
Listen, they are still in court with Coinbase and XRP. Stand by. They'll be right back.
Honestly, man, Binance should have fought that shit back, man.
In another 40 years, they'll be back. Okay? It's been 15 years, man, and the US had a head start on this thing.
And they dropped
Man.
the ball.
We are disappointed. Listen, crypto exchange OKX here has secured a virtual asset service provider license in Dubai via a subsidiary OKX Middle East, the fintech, marking another step in the firm's global expansion. This license that has been issued is currently non-operational, pending the fulfillment of specific conditions and localization requirements. Once that is done, I think that we'll see that they're ready to get going. And the condition and what we want to pay attention to here is the fact that the people in that environment can interact with these digital assets without any sort of restrictions and concerns.
Not like India.
And lack of clarity. Right. And we see India doing the opposite. Right?
Listening to Google and US IMF and crap.
Exactly. We are in a time when things are changing very fast. And I think that the decisions that leadership makes at this point in time will be absolutely critical because we know what the problems are. We have crazy inflation. We have fiat currencies that are totally being controlled by central banks. And this is why this whole crypto economy is here. Okay. One other thing that is here is this banner that you're looking down below here on this screen. Okay. Please subscribe to the channel. Like the videos if you find these videos interesting, entertaining, or educational. If you're getting any value from this.
Click the notification button too as well.
Exactly. It will mean a lot to us. We are also on X as STAKKFin and of course on Spotify as well. Double up.
Champion.
I've outlined some of these issues that we're facing here.
Yes, sir.
Centralization, lack of protection, and of course, the stifling of technology, fiat currencies, and the central bank taking away the value of people's money using these systems that they have configured. But we see that there is clearly a force that is shaking them down. What are your thoughts on this here?
I'll say in some cases they're actually shaking themselves down.
Yeah, they are shaking themselves down. They're shaking them down.
But I would say this though, literally, it's a bit outside of this topic.
Yeah.
And I noticed this around 2017 when I was back in Nigeria with the airline.
Yeah.
A lot of super rich have seen this transition, this pivot. People are not paying attention. In the aviation space,
Yeah.
people are leaving London to go to Dubai.
This is true.
There were several multinational companies that I had dealt with when I was trying to get applications for the airline
Right.
that had an headquarters in Dubai.
A lot of things seems to be appearing in Dubai.
Oh,
Yeah. I was telling you about my uncle who is selling his company.
yeah.
He did not want to get paid in US dollars. So he went to Dubai to go set up there to make that business transaction.
Those guys are communicating. They know what's going on.
Exactly.
There's something going on in the. Literally, it snows in Dubai. You can go snow sledding in an indoor location in Dubai. Everything you want, beachfront, you get in Dubai.
Yeah.
It's possible. So what I'm trying to tell you is that they also see what's going on in the crypto space, and they've also pivoted hard
Yeah.
to make sure that they can do this. When you have good leadership
Yeah.
that is not focused on Democrats versus Republican
Yeah.
and focusing on delivering to for the people, you have this kind of innovation. Dubai is leap years ahead of New York City.
And I think one of the reasons is also because if you look at it, Dubai is really fighting for its life, right? Because oil and gas was its biggest source of revenue.
Yeah, driver of innovation
Right.
as well.
And so when it started showing that this oil and gas thing is no longer going to be, business that they can continue to, push on with, given that the West is trying to go all green, they realized that they had to change. And we see the massive, massive leaps they've been making. I think this is just one of them. And if we want to see an environment where we see crypto really moving in the way that it's supposed to, right? Out and free for the people to engage with it as they will. Obviously, there's going to be some negatives somewhere. But the important thing is that it needs to be able to, kind of go through its natural cycle, right? You have to let people interact with it. You have to let the thing be instead of trying to control something that you do not understand. That is what we're seeing in the US. How many times have we seen the IRS now come up with some crazy rules about how they're going to enforce taxes on crypto and then had to roll it back almost immediately because it is just not possible?
There's the one that said if you transact, I think, over $10,000 and you don't
Yes.
report it, you go to jail.
Yes.
Nobody's enforcing that, but it's out there.
Well, they came back out and actually said that they have to pause. They actually rolled that back. They rolled that one back too.
I'm glad they did.
Yeah, they said they're putting it on pause for now. I've always said that I'm calling these people's bluff. They cannot do this thing without becoming part of this system as well. The system must get on the blockchain, and we understand that the current system is outdated. We're actually going to be doing a video about this. But these are things that are very important, okay? And this is why we make these videos, to just decimate this information. Make sure that people are at least giving our own perspective on it, so that others can also think about these things in a different way. Because one thing we know for sure is that the current financial system as is no longer the most robust or the singular way of transacting anymore globally. And this is having some serious impacts because people who did not have access to the financial systems before are now all included in this blockchain economy. And in order to take back control of our financial freedom, okay, we have to be able to take a stance towards these things like Dubai is. Open our minds to learning, open our minds to experimenting, and most importantly, open our minds to engaging and transacting, right? Participating in this new blockchain economy. Bitcoin, especially, is one of those areas where it is super, super important. I think Dubai took some oil and gas transactions in Bitcoin at one point,
Yes,
right?
done.
Yeah. So my question to anyone then would be, if Dubai has transacted in Bitcoin, why haven't you? Double up.
You said open your mind. I said allow your mind to go free.
Yeah. Free your mind. Because
Free your mind of all the chains of the fiat system. Things
Exactly.
that you've learned ever since you've grown up. Allow yourself to learn something new. Allow
Yeah.
yourself to ask questions. Don't sit in that box and allow CNBC or all these other mass media channels
Yeah.
to tell you what's right and what's wrong for you. You have the right to know it yourself.
Hey,
That's just what we do here on this channel.
absolutely. As we will say, these are the systems that are entrapping your value and your money. And there's a wild system out there, as they want to call it, Wild West, named crypto, that is allowing you to take back control of your own financial future. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, as we close this one out here, we'd just like to remind you to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. Most importantly, we are also on STAKK on X. Jeez, we're also on X, as STAKK Fin on X, and of course Spotify as STAKK. Until next time, praise and out.
Double O.